Yo, what is going on? Cinestics, Battlefield Play for Free commentator and Battlefield Radio co-host. Coming at you with another gameplay commentary and review of the post-patch M240 Bravo. Now, I'm not really doing this as a review for the weapon initially, but just a review for a set I want to get out there for the community sets to be selected later on. Now, the community medic set I had in mind was an M240 Bravo set. I'm pretty sure some have been posted, but from the 6 pages I've been through already, I hadn't seen much. And the ones I have seen, I can't really say I really remember the attachments used right off the bat. So, for mine, I used some pretty simple attachments, not high rank, not damage increasing, nothing, standard, which I would say standard would be the Predator, Viper, Nemesis. So, as much as that is a really good setup for this weapon, I chose to go with standoff barrel, casket mags, and stabilized stock. Stabilized stock having one of the best performances on the medic weapons in general, and I find it performs really well on this weapon from a personal standpoint and just overall statistics. As for the standoff, yes, it would be better to go with the Predator, but I figured it might as well just go for the standoff, something out of the ordinary, something people don't often go for, and it does affect the stats pretty well, which I can go through later if needed. And, of course, casket mags bump this weapon up to 160 rounds per magazine. This being that this is the standard, it comes with 100 rounds standard magazine. I believe the plus 3 comes with 120 rounds, which is the most for any LMG or belt-fed LMG in this game as of after the nerf and this recent patch or nerf/buff. So I could have gone with some damage attachments, but the base damage for this weapon is just right. I don't find that it really needs a buff in any department, even range. The base weapon itself, it really just needs a stock and, not even a barrel, but just a stock and magazine attachment to therefore increase the magazines and or just the total ammunition per magazine. Or you can go with high capacity, but I chose why not go for 160 rounds. And you'll see in this video here, I hardly ever have to reload, and if I do, it's mainly just because of my OCD and I choose to reload when it's not really needed. So, now for the sight. The sight was kind of tricky, but personally I enjoy the hollow sight on this weapon. I've always used it, my plus 3, my standard, whichever it is, I've always used the hollow sight on this weapon. I usually go to it for bullpups, but this weapon in particular, I find it really performs greatly on it. It's nice and easy to stay on target with it. You fire it in burst, and the hit markers is just spot on. I don't find it's misaligned like most sights tend to be at times. So it's a good sight to have, and the nice close picture, it's great. And seeing that recoil right up in your face, even though it's not that much recoil, it feels good. It's a great feel to the weapon, especially with the overall sound of the weapon, which is something people really enjoy about this weapon. Though the third-person sounds might not be spot on, first-person, great sounds. It's hard not to want to fire it full auto, even though being given the deviation it has, even though it was buffed, it's not the best idea. You'll notice I 2-round to 3-round burst it constantly. It's pretty much the best way to use this weapon, even in close quarter situations. Yes, you can go full auto, and yes, the hip fire has been buffed, so you can hip spray with it at full auto, though I wouldn't advise it, being that it is a belt-fed LMG, and you won't really benefit from it. And as you'll see here in some of the clips, I will get quite laggy, and I'll just go on to another segment. I couldn't complete the whole round, though, well, I did complete the whole round, but I couldn't record the whole round. So, I ended up just throwing in the scoreboard at the end of this, but I'll go ahead and go over some actual statistics of the weapon, being that this is post-patch and things that have changed with it, though I don't go into actual detail about the stocks and what they affect, etc., etc. The rounds per minute are 600 rounds per minute, which seems to be the standard for most of the guns in this game. I can go into what Pellets has put down as the actual true rate of fire. Of course, it is full auto. It has 2 magazines total. That means 1 loaded and 1 in reserve. So that means you might want to increase magazine as a weapon suggestion standpoint, but being that this is the setup I want it to be for the community medic set, I would go with the casket mags. Of course, you have 100 rounds per magazine, total ammunition of 200, obviously. The reload time is 9.7 seconds, which is quite long, though it is bearable. And the projectile velocity comes in at 650. The absolute range is up to 260 meters. And as for anything else, the recoil, I can go into that. The aim does not return after firing. It just continues to go up if you fire. It does not reset. As for the recoil, force up, it is 1.8 max and 0.95 minimum. Of course, with the attachments given, it's the same for the recoil up, but the right the left-right would be goes from 0.95 down to 0.55. As for the recoil up while aimed down sight, 0.59 with a 0.31 minimum, and same with the stabilized stock given, though the recoil force on aim down sight left and right goes down to 0.18, starting from 0.31. I don't know all of what that means. As for personally how it feels when using this weapon, I feel it's, it does make a difference. I do enjoy it, so I can't really go into statistics really knowing what I'm saying, which is bad coming from a commentator, but I try to do the best I can with it. But anyways, guys, I hope you all enjoyed the rest of this video. Once again, I'm not going to go on and finish commentating it. Hope you all, well, actually, that's all there is to it. Really hope you all enjoyed it. Hope you all select my set when they finish doing reviewing the community sets or having the polls or whatever. It's something different. I know there's been an M240 Bravo set, but peace.